Hello, Internet. A lot of people are going to be very, very stressed out over the 2020 election because so many people think that it's the end of America. Republicans think that if a Democrat wins, American values are going to be destroyed, and Democrats think that if a Republican wins, American values are going to be destroyed. Well, I don't think it matters who wins in 2020. Whoever it is, they're not going to be a dictator, and whoever it is, the other side is going to accuse them of being a dictator. Whoever it is, they're going to have enemies in their own party shutting down whatever they try to do. Whoever it is, they're not going to be able to get a lot enacted. They're not going to be able to get a lot done. If Donald Trump wins again, I mean, he's got enemies in the Republican Party. And yeah, he spits out a lot of crazy stuff. He does a lot of stupid things. And he probably cheated on his taxes. He's definitely breaking the emoluments clause of the Constitution. But he doesn't have most of the Republican Party on his side. They help him on a few things that are things they would want anyway from any Republican. And he's getting shot down by the Republicans right now over his decision on Syria. I mean, here's a guy that Democrats said would probably start a war to make himself more important and to help solidify his power in this country. Instead, Democrats are now yelling at him because he's pulling troops out of Syria. There's a few who aren't. Kyle Kalinske is saying that if Donald Trump just withdrew the troops from Syria, he'd give him props for it. Of course, Trump also moved those troops over to Saudi Arabia because he got paid for it. But let's face it, he's not going out of his way to start a war right now because he's going to an allied country. He's using his mercenaries, and that's disrespectful. But he's not starting a war. Then on the Democratic side, you know, if Elizabeth Warren or Bernie Sanders get elected, most of the Democratic Party doesn't want to enact their policies. They will have an uphill battle to get anything done. They've got big platforms with all kinds of plans, but I can guarantee that 70 to 80% of that stuff will never even make it to the floor of Congress, because they will spend so much time fighting for each and every single piece of legislation they want to enact. Either one of them would be lucky to get 5 parts of their platform done. 5 plans. And I say that assuming they'd get at least 10 actually into Congress and on the floor. Even if Democrats win, Democrats will be blocking leftist Democrats. And if Amy Klobuchar wins, or God forbid Joe Biden, they're not going to do anything. They're stuffed suits. They're holding places for the powerful corporate interests that actually rule the Democratic Party. They're not going to do anything. Nothing important, nothing special. They're there to enact more bureaucracy, and that's it. They're not there to make actual fixes to plans. They're there to look like they're doing something while they accomplish practically nothing. They are business as usual politicians. And it doesn't matter whether you're talking about Democrats or Republicans when you're talking about the business as usual people. Their job is to talk a big game about certain things that their party likes and to make sure that almost nothing actually happens on that front, because if they ever accomplished too much, if they actually succeeded and that actually worked, you know what would happen? They would run out of things to fight for. They don't want to be successful. Not the centrists, not the corporatists. So it doesn't matter who wins. It does not matter who wins in 2020. Country's not going to get better. I'm going to tell you, I don't think the country will ever get better with a two-party system. Both parties are broken. Both parties are failing. And to continue voting for them is to vote for America's self-destruction. And I know we're used to hearing that voting for third parties doesn't work. Well, I'm going to tell you something right now. Voting for the two main parties isn't working either. So what's better? Throwing your vote away on a dying system, or throwing it away on chasing a hope that maybe we can make it better in the future? Well, I guess the choice is yours.